This is our slogan for the manifesto, which we are going to distribute to all households from this afternoon. From today and tomorrow, we will distribute our manifesto to all households. But unlike some other places, we are giving out our manifesto door to door. We're not going to slip it into their boxes. We will give it to every household door to door, and if possible, hand to hand. Okay? So this is our slogan. Together, we will beat with one heart, serve with two hands, and benefit 3 generations in Potong Pasir. What are my plans for Potong Pasir? My focus is simple. I will be providing things that the residents need or have always wanted. There's nothing extravagant, nothing expensive. If you see later, what we have planned are things that residents have always given us feedback on. I'd like to emphasize that the plans which we are going to give out here are not my plans. They are not even my team's plans. They are plans that over the last 10 years of my service here, based on feedback from the residents, we have done all these plans based on the feedback they have given us. These are things that they hope to see. These are things that they want to see. These are essential items. In other words, what this means is that if we get the mandate from the residents, we can implement this on 8th of May. We are ready to roll out. And for us, the key is that we want to do all these things in speed. Speed is of the essence here. Okay? Now, we want to engage our senior citizens to stay physically, mentally, and socially healthy. We will have an active aging center where our senior citizens can have the right food, exercise, stay active. Why are we so concerned about senior citizens here? This is a mature estate. If you look at the numbers, more than half of the residents here are more than 50 years old. More than half. More than 25% are more than 60 years old. And for those that are more than 80 years old, there's about 600 senior citizens here. So the senior citizens segment is something that we pay a lot of attention to. It's something that we want to do. We want to provide quality and affordable elder care services to the elderly. We will have an elderly care center also. Okay? What does it do? It engages the elderly in social interactive activities while their family members are at work. We will provide assistance for the needy. These are the few programs that we have come up with. Some of them are already in existence. The ComCare is already in existence. The Bread and Butter Fund is also already in existence. The School Textbook Fund as well. So these are some of the programs that we want to implement and roll out quickly to help the needy families in Potong Pasir. In case you're wondering what is the Student Allowance Fund, there are cases where we have come across students who doesn't have money when they go to school. So we would help to supplement their allowances when they go to school. If you look at the healthcare assistance scheme, it is important that our senior citizens stay healthy and fit. I think in the last 2 months, we have organized no less than 5 healthcare screening sessions in Potong Pasir, as well as those that need social welfare services. We will also have public education and awareness programs. We want to encourage and recognize academic and sports excellence. This is something I'm very passionate about. We want to help and reward Potong Pasir students who need help and who do well in their studies, and also in sports activities. You may recall that I think 3 months ago, or maybe more than that, about 4 or 5 months ago, I went personally house to house to about 300 households in Potong Pasir to personally deliver the EduSave Scholarship and Bursary Fund. Because this is something I feel strongly about. I want to encourage our kids here to do well. We recognize those who perform well. We will give them our own scholarships in addition to what the government is dishing out. Monetary awards for those who do well in sports and bursaries for our needy students. We also want to have quality childcare for our kids here. I think this is something for young parents because when you are middle-aged or when you are a young parent, on your right-hand side are your kids, on your left-hand side are your parents. We will try to facilitate and help in whatever way we can. So we want to have childcare centers for their children as well. Tuition and enrichment classes. I think this is very important because if you look at it, tuition nowadays is not cheap. Even for primary schools, I think many tutors charge on a per hour basis, and it can go up to as high as $50 per hour. $50 per hour. Now, what we want to do is that we have been in discussions with various service providers. We will facilitate that. We will do tuition for our kids, for Potong Pasir kids, and it will be affordable, it will be convenient, and it will be of good quality. We want to provide a conducive environment for learning and for growth. So we will have a student care center where we will help parents to look after their school-going children while they are at work. Actually, many of the things that I have mentioned is available in all the pictures here. Okay, we will inculcate time management and organizational skills in every children to develop independence. We want to have a platform to engage our youth as well. And in that respect, we will have youth center to create a sense of community spirit and belonging. You may want to know that some of our YEC, Youth Executive Committee kids are actually very involved in the Chingay procession and things like that. Okay, those are the hardware programs which if you have questions, you can ask me later on. Now I want to go on to the hardware. All right? Now, as I've said, these are not my plans. These are based on feedback from the residents. These are very basic, essential amenities and facilities, which over the last 10 years, residents have told me that they wanted to see. Pavilions. Actually, if you come here, which I do, at about 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., or 7 a.m. in the morning, you will see big groups of Qi Gong people doing their morning exercises. In Champaka Avenue, in Senate Estate, there's also another big group. There are, I think, easily about 6 groups of senior citizens and middle-aged people doing exercises in the morning in Potong Pasir. So what we want to do is that we want to have pavilion, for example, whether it's raining or whatever, they can carry on to do their exercises. All right? Outdoor seating corner. Why is this important? Let me give you a live example. I think about 2 months ago, I was doing my rounds in the estate. There was a 70-year-old couple who was standing by the side of the road under hot sun at about 12 noon. I asked them, why are they standing here under the hot sun? And it's something that you and I don't realize because we are not at that stage of our lives. But if you are 70 years old, you cannot walk 300 meters or 200 meters in one breath. You have to sit down and rest and then, and walk again. And worse still, you can't squat down because if you squat down, for you to get up, it's not so easy. So what we want to do is that we want to have outdoor seating areas sheltered for our old folks here. So that, they can have a leisurely walk, they can have places to rest, take shelter, so on and so forth. This is the covered entrance to connect the various blocks to the community club, to the town center, so on and so forth. Now, covered linkways, I have to admit, there are already covered linkways in Potong Pasir. But what we want to do is that we want to complete the circuit. All right? We want to complete the circuit by having covered linkways to connect the 48 blocks in Potong Pasir, as well as the 14 blocks in Lorong 8 Toa Payoh. Barbecue pits. There have been requests from residents from time to time to have leisurely amenities and facilities. We are very blessed in Potong Pasir because the Kallang River runs through us, so there can be barbecue pits facing the Kallang River. Covered car porch as well that will connect to the covered linkways as well. Children's playground. Now, there are children's playground in Potong Pasir, including Senate Estate. But what we want to do is that we want to revitalize, rejuvenate the children's playground within the estate, whether it's Senate Estate or Potong Pasir or Lorong 8. And we want to have more. All right? Landscaping is important. There have also been requests from Senate Estate residents to have better landscaping, better drainage, better back lanes, better lights in their estate, and we will do that. Ramps, barrier-free access ramps are important to us because, as I said, more than 50% of the residents here are more than 50 years old, and we want to cater to their needs. As I told you, 80 years old, there is 600 Racha. Yeah. Residence corner is very important because every time I walk around, everybody, whether young, middle-aged or old, asks for residence corner at the void decks. If you walk around Potong Pasir in the afternoons on weekdays, there are many senior citizens gathering at the void decks. And what they want is very simple citizens corner where they can drink a cup of tea, where they can chat, so on and so forth. All right, we will have that as well. Fitness corners, our fitness corners are meant to benefit 3 generations. Okay, we will have it across the estate, including in Senate Estate. There have been requests to have an indoor gym in Potong Pasir. I think it is possible. We can do it at our community club. I'm going to show you 3 of the very urgent and critical needs in Potong Pasir. Okay, in the next 3 slides. First, Potong Pasir is very short on car parking space. We are in discussions with the HDB on this. I think it is a problem that we have to solve very quickly. I have surveyed the estate, and I think the solution to that is that we have to open more car park lots. And it is possible to open more car park lots. We have identified the spaces. That's number 1. Secondly, brighter corridor lightings. I think some of you may have followed me to my block visits 2 weeks ago. In some of the blocks, it's really very dark. And in one of my block visits, I actually saw a couple coming back, and they were struggling to put their key into the keyhole because it was really very dark, and I think they took at least about 1.5 minutes to do that. So what we want to do is that we want to brighten up the lightings along the corridors of the HDB flats. Lift upgrading. All right, I think you probably know about this. This is something that is critical, paramount to us, because again, there are a lot of old folks here. We want to complete the lift upgrading program as soon as possible to ease the burden on our senior citizens. Okay, what is this about? If you go to Lorong 8 Toa Payoh, there is a big drain. You can call it a drain, you can call it a canal, that cuts across Lorong 8 Toa Payoh. We have been in discussion with the authorities, and they have told us it can be done, it is possible. What we want to do is that we want to cover up the whole canal and build a park on top of it. Build a multi-generation activity park at Lorong 8 Toa Payoh. And this is what it will look like. Similarly, for Potong Pasir Estate, we want to develop what we call the Kallang River Promenade, where both sides of the Kallang River will be developed so that we will have various activities and facilities there, including playground, fitness corners, senior citizens corners, shelters, so on and so forth. And because of the completion of the Marina Barrage, the water level at Kallang River can actually be controlled, and we can have sea spots along the Kallang River, right in the heart of Potong Pasir. Okay? And this is what I have to say. I'm committed to serving the residents of Potong Pasir since 2000. As you know, I have been here for more than 10 years, since 2000. These are some of the pictures that we have taken for our activities. Okay.